Good evening, everybody. What do you think of this music? Is it not just totally wow? I've been listening to it all day. This is a mix on YouTube under the title Spiritual Awakening. That is the name of the YouTube page. I'm loving finding all this really super cool music to play at the start of what I do here. But I particularly like this one. I'm putting all these tracky things into a playlist to be able to play on Discord. So we'll link into the playlist as well, which is good. But yeah, astounding. Anyway, we better bring this back down and then switch it off. And we better start the night. Where's my branded stuff? There it is. And yeah, let's get on with it.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through?
Good evening, everybody. I hope you're well this wonderful Friday night with silly voices and things. It is very, very blowy in. Your mic was on there, Barry. Fuck. I didn't fucking mute you. Jesus, you're muted now. Or maybe are you muted? No, you're muted now. And I'm giving Jason shit for something, then you go and do that on the live thing. Jason, I take it all back. You can walk around in your pants all you like now. I don't care.
I'm sorry. Which one of us didn't mute the mic?
Yeah. Oh, fuck's sake! I muted it again. That's you muted. Right? Sorry, what a start. Okay. Good evening. How are you, ladies and gentlemen? Thank God it's a Friday night, I tell you. If it was any other night, I'd be greeting it into my big pilly. I was about to say it's a blowy, blowy night here in Scotland. It's a bit wild, to say the least. And if we were to look out the weather window like we do in the morning here, it's too dark to see anything, but you would see the tops of the trees blowing in the wind like something stupid. I've got a corner of my curtain open so I can see them because I like that thing. Crazy. Sarah Ledbetter is pissing herself laughing at Barry's burp, which I can actually smell down the the internet. Disgusting. Iron brew. No, or is it cider? I don't know. Barry's gone into podcast mode now. I don't know why. He's away hiding. Anyway, tonight, open mic night. All right. If you have anything that you want to come on and say, and we know who you are, and you are a verified user of our Discord, I'm quite happy to send you the links. And also we have both Jason, Mr. Vampire, and Lazy Sword Barry in the get that picture off your avatar, Barry. That's better. Thank you. He just put a picture of me on his avatar. Cheeky monkey. Yeah, so tonight is informal. It's chit chat. It's sort of a magazine style show thing. I was going to bring up a couple of articles about coronavirus, but I've found something more interesting I want to talk about. And I'm going to bring in the boys just now before we start talking about it and say good evening to them. Barry, you need to unmute yourself, mate, because there you go. No, hold on. There you go. No, fuck. There you go. Too much coffee, not enough cider. Let's bring the boys in before I go mental. Good evening, Jason. How are you, my good sir?
I'm doing very well.
Good, thank you so much. And Barry, have you got over your mouth flatulence now?
Maybe. You'll have to wait and see.
Okay, very good, very good.
These nights.
It is, yeah. We have Solway, Local, and I'm sure I saw Morgan and Sarah all in the chat just now. That's very good. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us all. It's good to have you. Just to let you know, the Discord is open for anybody that wants to join. We will be plugging that through the night. We've decided that we're going to only open it up on the streams for new people to come and join. So if you fancy being part of the community, go to radioapocalypse.live and then it's /Discord. It's just a nice little sort of modern day forumy sort of text messagey voice chatty place to go to where you can see what's going on with the community and we can build up with cool people. We don't let assholes in. Okay, basically that is my rule. We don't want immature people that are playing games. It's grown-ups with grown-up attitudes is what we want, and that is
How did we get it?
I don't know. We made it. You know, we want to be grown-ups. That's what it is. You know, if we're hang on, my camera's not right. Hold on, let me turn it sideways. That's better. I'm centered in that little third of the screen now. But there you go. Right, let's have a quick look in the chat. I can see that Morgan's talking about something to do with her leg is upper busted. Morgan, I hope you're okay. Limping all day, genuinely, properly annoyed. Sorry to hear that you're not well there, Morgan. I don't like it when good people have bad things happen to them. Nobody deserves to be hurt or injured. That's the way life is. Sometimes it happens. Right, so after the show tonight, as soon as we're done, as long as Barry does not encourage me to talk for 40 minutes about World of Warcraft like he did last night, you swine, we will be having a quick break and then jumping over to Mixer, where I am going to do chapter 2 of the Slenderman. Now, this is not going to be easy for me because I don't have my children to hide behind tonight. It will be me in my living room with the lights off, the wind howling outside, my noise-cancelling headphones with surround sound on through the Xbox on Mixer, pooping my pants. I have 2 spare sets of shorts and a toilet roll sitting in the corner, waiting to be used.
I really want to know that, Mojax.
You what?
I really want to know that there's a roll of toilet roll at hand.
Yeah, it's sitting there in case
We don't want to know why you've got a toilet roll by the PC, dude.
No, it's not by the PC.
Exactly.
It's on the couch. What are you insinuating? Crazy. It's in case I shit myself. You're not allowed to come on the show, Barry, after you've had a cider. You're just too relaxed. I don't like I say. Thank God it is Friday night. If it was any other night other than Friday, I would be going, it's the middle of the week, man. This is why I don't stream on a Saturday night. Everybody's had too much. And it's like, yeah, let's all talk shit. No. Don't talk more shit than me.
I was like this before the cider, dude.
Oh, God. That means he's been on.
You know full well I'm a lot worse with cider.
Yes,
What came first? Lazy sword or cider? Cider or lazy sword? I don't know.
I think Lazy Sword did, without a doubt. Right. First thing I want to talk about is straight up is Joe Rogan. Have you heard what's happened with Joe Rogan this week? Go on. If I scooped Barry on something, you Google it. I'm watching your hand.
He quit YouTube for Spotify, didn't he?
That's right, for $100 million. Wow. That's amazing. If you don't watch Joe Rogan or don't listen to his podcast, should be, in my opinion, one of in your top 10 podcasters, sort of streamer type people to go watch. He's amazing. I've been watching him for 100 years, and he's got some really interesting things to say. Some of his opinions are pretty wacko, but a lot of his stuff is actually very, very good as well. He's kind of like brings a man's perspective into spirituality and the different realms of metaphysical sort of manifestations and things, as well as practical things. He can make he can make science actually sound quite interesting as well, even though he's not a scientist. There's a lot of interesting things that he's done, and this is a big scoop for Spotify, because Spotify way back when they first started, tried to get a lot of popular music artists to sign to their sort of way of doing things, and it flopped. It fell flat on its face, and they didn't do it. It didn't make any money. So over the past couple of years, Spotify have decided that they wanted to move into the streaming stroke podcasting type place. There's only really one big podcast place just now. As a whole, Apple kind of dominates it. There's little ones and medium-sized ones, but Apple's the big one. Spotify is going to be a premium one. It's going to be astounding, especially that they've scooped it up. Where's my notes for this? Oh God, accept cookies just this time. Okay, where is it? Yeah. So they've they've picked up Joe Rogan, but they've also picked up and bought over Anchor. Anchor is like a podcast making app where, let's say, for instance, if I wanted to make a podcast with you three guys here, right, straight up, dead easy, I could just get you guys to log into the podcasting software, and then we could like talk together, record it, and I can then edit it on that software, and then it gets uploaded onto Spotify or another one of their platforms, entertainment platforms for it all. It's a very, very good thing. I've actually played with it, and it's something, podcasts is something I thought about doing. I've got a couple of ideas I'm going to throw past people. I'm going to put my ideas in the ideas. We'll have to we don't have an ideas box in our Discord, do we, Barry?
Don't have a what?
And I stop watching your computer games. Pay attention. We're live on the internet. Okay. It's an ideas box type thing, somewhere where people can drop ideas in. I'm just thinking that
we have an entire Discord for that.
I suppose, yeah. Discord is an ideas box. That's a great way of putting it. Let's not call it an ideas box. We'll call it an ideas sphere, so it's organic and doesn't have pointy bits. I've had too much coffee today.
I'm afraid I can't get behind that, since I'm a dedicated flat earther and stuff.
Yeah, a bit of a square as well, I heard. So yeah.
We have meetings. We have great meetings though. Everyone comes from all around the globe.
Oh my God. Barry.
No, I actually worked with a guy who was a flat earther.
I have as well.
But no, get this. We worked in the aviation industry.
Oh my God.
And he wouldn't fly to any customer.
Why?
Because airplanes don't really fly.
I don't know that about flat earthers. What do they usually do?
He was chemtrails, nut job, the whole thing. And he believed that airplanes didn't fly, that they just took off and hovered, and the Earth moved underneath them, because it's all basically just one massive circle. And he insisted, if he was going to a customer, that he would actually have to either drive or take a ferry. Wow.
Now, I work with a flat earther as well, and I have to be honest, right? He's a decent bloke. He's got a lot of interesting discussions and arguments to talk about. He's quite a spiritual guy. And I've said to him, I says, look, I'm never going to mock you for your beliefs. I like the guy. You know what I'm like. You know what my personality is like. If somebody believes something, even if it's a bit out the box and against maybe something that I would believe in, I don't mock him. He firmly believes this. If it was somebody else that I barely know, it would probably be a different case. But I respect his argument and stuff like that. But at the same time, being an ex-Royal Marine and having been places where they say the ice wall is, it's like, nah, that's not how it is. But flat earthers, yeah. Let's go back to Joe Rogan though. Let's not digress and go too far away from the subject. Spotify have picked up 2 entertainment companies that deal with podcasting and a little bit of streaming that actually manage some quite cool shows, and then also anchor. And for 100 million, they have managed to entice Joe away from YouTube, which I think is amazing. You don't need to have Spotify Premium to be able to watch them or listen to them either. You can just go straight in and watch it on normal one, because Spotify make their money through the ads. And even if you have Spotify Premium, they'll still chuck in a couple of ads. So they're basically hijacking your money and the advertising money as well when they do things. So good luck to Joe. I'm thinking podcast. Should we do one? Let's talk about it in Discord. What could we do? And let's make it interesting. I think there might be more people interested within the community joining in with a podcast rather than showing their faces on a stream. So that is me just saying to the community just now, if any guys have got any ideas for a podcast, a direction we could go in, we can brainstorm it. I'm all for that. I would quite like to do that. I think I've got the perfect face for radio. So just
I've always said that.
Yeah, no man, cheeky monkey. So that's where I think that that's another medium that would be interesting to do. Bring out a podcast once a week.
Have you guys seen the newspapers? Have you guys seen the evening newspapers?
No, I've not. What's happened?
Dominic Cummings is being probed for breaking lockdown.
Oh yes, Lord Voldemort. Oh man, I've got to pick that one up.
He travelled 250 miles to his parents' home in Durham, and he's being probed by MI5 and MI6 for breaking lockdown and regulations.
Dominic, hold on, I've got to find this. I hate the man, Dominic Cummings.
But that's all right, because Boris Johnson says he can travel except for when he can't.
That's
no,
true.
250 miles all the way up to Durham. Not many go 250 miles. You can only go out for so long. You're not meant to be like tearing up. Maybe it was him who went 201 miles per hour and was caught filming in his car. Never thought that.
Probably. Boris Johnson, Dominic Cummings is reportedly the latest high-profile figure to have broken government's lockdown rules. Yep. Both Daily Mirror and the Mr. Cummings was spotted in Durham at the end of March, 264 miles from London. This is before the restrictions have been lifted. So this is like in March. A number of prominent figures have been caught, blah, 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 blah. Including that dude that had sex with his pal, his girlfriend's boyfriend.
Mojax, do you think I should go to the newspapers and say that I had a one-night stand with Mr. Hancock?
If you want. I'm going to ask you a pertinent question, though, Jason.
No, go for it. I'm open. You should know me.
Did you have a one-night stand with Mr. Hancock?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, but we're not talking about that one there. Okay, we're talking about Mr. Hancock himself, right? If you have and you can prove it, yeah, go and sell your story. I'm all for that. Mr. Hancock deserves a slap down.
Yes, Your Honour, I was that sheep.
He needs a good fisting.
You what?
He needs a good fist.
Oh man, listen, this is not that type of show, all right?
It's anything goes. You said anything goes tonight.
Yeah, to a certain extent. Okay, certain extent.
And just for you, Mama, Mojax, I'm wearing my
T-shirt.
Family Guy T-shirt just for you.
I
Just for you.
told my mum that now that Jason, I would have never brought that up publicly, Jason. I wouldn't have brought that publicly, but now that you have, because I respect your privacy. Red line. Okay, here we go. See it. Where is it? You can't see it. Red line. We don't cross the red line when it comes to
What are you doing with a pregnancy kit for?
Pardon?
What are you doing waving a pregnancy kit for? Are you pregnant again?
Yeah, absolutely. No, this is my little penny pen. You know, the one.
Oh yeah, so it's your little bit.
Gives you different colour. Hey, look, that's got it's even got a. Oh, it's got a. What's that? It's got something else on the top. Oh, I'm impressed. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, Mama Mojax basically said to me the other day there, can you ask Jason to sometimes maybe put a T-shirt on, please? And I went, why, Mum? Well, I'm an old lady, and I don't want to see a young man's bare chest and nipples on a show. I'm like, okay, Mum. That's okay. It's all good. But thank you, Jason. I appreciate you putting a T-shirt on. I've got no problems with anybody expressing their flesh and values. But it's a show. No, you sit down. Okay, sit down. You know, she doesn't.
Sit in your country bottom, lady. Sit in your country bottom.
No. Yeah, so hang on a second. Let us go and check. I'm doing this as a swift move away from you guys hijacking this conversation into things that we shouldn't be talking about. Okay, I'm going to go and look at the comments now, the side chat, and see what people are saying. They're all saying hello to each other. A radio apocalypse podcast would be amazing. I think it would be fun. I'm thinking it would be very interesting. Morgan says, this is like Voldemort being probed by the Ministry of Magic. Yes.
That ain't no probe, Morgan.
Yeah. Well, thanks. That's the show over for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back on Sunday with less crass comments. Okay, we're going to have.
You're the one who said it's open mic night, Michael. You're the one who said it, not me.
Yes. Open mic night is for sensible things. Okay, sensible things. Let's keep the potty talk to. I tell you what, if you want to have an after hours potty talk thing, we can do a late at night show at 1 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday night, where basically I then actually put on an age restriction thing on YouTube, so people that are verified over 18 can actually have enjoy it. I'm all for that. I will sit and talk.
I'm absolutely thoroughly ashamed of your potty mouth.
Yeah,
there's something so why potty mouth.
Good. Right. So yes, Joe Rogan. Trying hard to stay on track and keep it on to the same place.
Did you say 100? He sold himself for 100 million.
Yeah, basically, Spotify bought the exclusive rights to have Joe only do his podcasts from their platform for $100 million. And the thing is, as well, right, he gets like a ridiculous amount of downloads and listens and views on YouTube and his various other platforms. If he's only doing it at one place, they've calculated through their partner program and how people that broadcast on Spotify get their money. He's looking to rake in about $3 million a month just from Spotify's advertising. Incredible, you know. How do you feel about that?
It'd be interesting if he actually tries to do any advertising on it.
If he tries to, because he's all for that, does he? He does a lot. He's had the same company sponsor him for 7 years.
But the Spotify premium customers have entered a contract with Spotify to avoid the adverts in exchange for money.
Oh.
So if I've paid my money and you're still advertising at me, you've broke our agreement.
Well, I think there's a loophole for that, because I was watching a a wee mini doc about this as a news article about this thing, and they were talking about how Spotify Premium can take a double whammy by throwing the occasional advert in. It'd be interesting to see how that pans out, because I agree with what you say, because I've had Spotify Premium, and one of the big things from Spotify Premium was to not have any adverts at all, which is a good thing. Ella Rose has joined us as well. I want to say hi to Ella. It's my favourite small YouTuber, who's not so small now compared to myself. I believe that you're up in 1,600 subscribers. Well done, Ella. I've watched Ella's stuff since she was around 600 subscribers old, and sorry, I'm now just reading another comment there, just distracted. Sorry, Ella. So I just wanted to say well done to you. All the support stuff that you do for small YouTubers.
Since we're talking about subscriptions and all that malarkey, what's everyone's views on Susie Lou?
Oh, we'll come on to her. Barry will have a lot to say about Susie. I'm gonna make a cup of tea while Barry he's like, nah, he's shaking his head. So yeah, just let me quickly finish with Ella just now. Brilliant young lady, does a lot of really positive things for her little niche on her little corner of YouTube, and every time she pops on, I always like to say hello to her. She's a good girl, and I like supporting her. I go and comment and speak to all the other small YouTubers on there, and today I finished making the video that I said I was going to do, Ella, and I'm going to finish editing it and get it up over the next 24 hours. A couple of ideas to even push forward small YouTubers coming into a Discord to talk about stuff as well. So I'm looking at Barry going, what the hell are you saying? We're not going to have small YouTubers coming into Discord. No, we might do, but they won't be silly people, which is a good thing. Yeah, well, no, we're the only two silly people that come into Discord, because we created it. Okay, sorry. Thank you. We are the three caballeros from Disney.
No, the Three Musketeers.
I like the caballeros. It's Donald Duck and two other birds, but I'm being Donald Duck, all right? Okay. Where is it? I think local bottom.
You're quackers, mate.
Censoring Barry and his middle finger. So why is Barry being censored? Is it because of the middle finger and all the bullying? No, Barry's not bullying anybody. He's not a bully. In the slightest. Pardon?
He's a bear, big cuddly bear.
He's a big cuddly bear. Yeah. There is no bullying. Barry is not being censored. Barry is not censored in the slightest. I put that bit there. Stay home. Right. I forgot I've got that banner above there. Let me get rid of that banner, because then we can see. Thank you. I was wondering what you were.
Can't get the staff these days. I don't know.
I know. It's because you were hiding behind it. I thought, yes, I'll keep you hiding behind it. Sticking your middle finger up at me, you bam. Right, there we go. And we can see Barry's forehead now. That's brilliant. Wow. That's very shiny. Shiny forehead.
It's a family trait, I'll have you know.
Jesus, where's my shades?
I'm thinking of renting it out to view cinema.
That's a good idea. It's an extra widescreen HD 4K extravaganza broadcasting on the top of your head, which is good. No.
All the way to make the glare even brighter is to make me ginger, I suppose.
Yeah, this is true, but ginger's good. Right, let me just... Can't click any links into who's... Oh, yeah, Susie Lou. Right, okay. Susie Lou's been brought up by Jason. Okay, I have a resident expert in things that are Susie Lou. Barry, would you take 5 minutes center stage to, for people that don't know about Susie Lou, to briefly talk about what she did as before she was an asshole, okay? And then talk about what she did to make herself an asshole, and then talk about... what's happening kind of now. Try and break it up. Don't take longer than 5 minutes, because she's really not worth it. Your oxygen and going forward. Center stage. Right now, you are on the big screen with your big forehead.
Right. Susie Lou is a broadcaster on YouTube primarily, and she is mainly known for her, and I'm using this in extremely vague way, of reactions. And essentially what she does is she uploads full length, unedited versions of anime cartoons, and actually has it in the corner of the screen and fades it out so the YouTube algorithm won't ping her for it, and she gets monetary value for it, but doesn't do the entire season. And because she has a website which is hosted deliberately by a host that is known for refusing takedown requests and legal requests, because they operate in an area where that's not actually an issue. And she has YouTube revenue on the website. She has she has a advert revenue on the videos as well, and probably makes about 10 grand a month off these videos. But the issue is, she's breaking YouTube's fair use policy, or the fair use policy. And also, what she's also doing is she is anyone that criticizes her or points a finger at her, she issues takedown requests. Because she's a big channel, YouTube essentially take down people's videos and people's channels, which then hits them in the pocket. And she's been getting away with it and getting away with it and getting away with it. And it's became a massive issue now, because some of the anime studios have gotten involved. They know she's doing it, and she's had takedown after takedown after takedown requests, to the point that one of the animation studios is actually owned by Sony Entertainment, not exactly a small company. So it looks like they're all gathering en masse to attack her all at once. Her website may operate in an area where fair use policy and takedown requests don't exist. Unfortunately for Susie Liu, she lives in the UK, and that's very much against the law, and she can actually get done for it. And on the scale that she's doing it, she could actually go to prison.
That's crazy. I didn't realize that she could go to prison.
You're forgetting she's Scottish, and she has apparently got this boyfriend who studied advertisement and legal issues, who is in her corner as well. And the two of them are like a tag team. It's just, I only just got into it this week because one of my mates sent me a link and said, "Do you know this girl?"
I've been following this for a long time. There's a lot more coming. And she also had her Patreon completely shut down.
Yep.
She's lost her Patreon. Her boyfriend's channels had lots and lots of takedown requests. Now, she actually operated two channels. She operated the main one and Susie Liu Reacts. Susie Liu Reacts has been completely and utterly nerfed by advertisement, by the companies. And quite literally, they've taken down pretty much all her playlists on that channel, to the point that I think that channel's actually been removed. But her main channel seems to be getting away. They're having a lot of takedown requests as well. They're not completely free, but there's some that are slipping through at the moment. But it looks like her boyfriend has struck again and has had another channel demonetized completely.
Bring it up. Show us if you've got anything there, and I'll put it on the central screen.
I'm just looking at a YouTube video from the Quartering. Susie Liu gets channel demonetized and her boyfriend gloats, saying more to come.
Wow. Listen, see this. I've noticed that there's a remarkable. Maybe it's because now I'm more looking at sort of trends and things on YouTube compared to where I was before. There seems to be quite a lot of drama, and my whole life is based around as little conflict as possible and making people that I care about's lives have as little conflict as possible, as to be a voice of reason as often as I possibly can. And part of me, and I said this to you privately, Barry, part of me, with the backlash towards her actions, I felt sorry for. I did. I felt sorry for her because I thought nobody deserves to be shat on from a great height, regardless of things, if they stand up and admit their wrongdoing. And then, you know, she turned around, and I said to you as well at the start of the week, she played a mental health card, which, you know, that happens on YouTube. People have breakdowns because they're not used to the broadcasting pressure of it all and things like that, right? And that, to me, is fair enough. You know, they might have like anxiety issues, depression issues as a result of this, the pressure of putting videos out and having public people constantly hating them, not having enough likes, that ego thing going on. But did she not turn round and then take it all back about the mental health issues?
She posted a great big massive thing stating on, I believe it was Instagram, stating that she took a walk at 2 a.m. with the intention of not coming back, and she's also alluded to thoughts of suicide and all the rest of it. And then the next day, almost, releases another video going, haha, fooled you.
That's crazy. That takes that to me then is, it's not a case of, I would never say open season on anybody, but then it makes it fair play to have a go at her, because she's mocked some of the people that I'm closest to in the world that have issues with chemical imbalances in their head, mental disorders, people that have mild anxiety greater than that. And that I found quite upsetting. Because I thought, how dare anybody do that? That just mocks a whole chunk of society. Not just when somebody does copyright issues or, fair use issues, I couldn't care less. It's like somebody, those are my toys. I want to play with them. You're not getting to play with them. Now, yes, there's legal aspects of it. When she bullied people and had their things brought down, that's a bit awful. And that's now attacking people, which is wrong. But then, to cross that line, to go and say, oh, I was thinking about taking my own life. I had no intentions of coming back from that walk. And then going, fucking fooled you. That's a proper dick. That's a proper dick situation.
As far as I'm concerned, when people get to that stage, you've made your bed, take whatever comes, and I don't give a crap what comes.
Yeah, and you know how live and let live that I am, treat others how you want to be treated sort of person I am. I have a tendency to agree with you. She has made her own bed now. She's made a comment, and she's displayed a behaviour which is sociopathically narcissistic. I never thought I'd ever be able to link those two words together in a. I mean, I did that whole thing on Wednesday about toxic people, toxic behaviour, talked about poor Fred, okay, and what happened there. And toxic behaviour does boil down to, if you put all the behaviours into a pot and boil it down, it boils down to one thing, and that is extreme narcissism. I mean, it really does, in all the dangerous parts of narcissism. But she is a proper sociopath with it. I mean, really, 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 really.
Lazy sauce.
Barry.
Where's she from in Scotland? Is she from Glasgow or somewhere? Or here?
Don't know. I think West. I wouldn't say Glasgow. If it is Glasgow, it's one of the posher parts.
There's a posh part in Glasgow? Get away.
Yeah, it's the eastbound carriageway in the M8, mate.
Me.
The one part of Glasgow I like.
The only part of Glasgow I like is on a Saturday night at the Celtic Boys Club when I get totally right. God.
But yeah, no, there's the YouTuber in question who's posted on his Twitter is Augie RFC, AUGIE RFC, and he's basically said they've completely demonetized him. No super chat. They're not pushing anything he does. His YouTube is basically over. Wow. Don't know why though.
For Susie.
Well, it's rumored to be a result of. I've only just walked into it, but yeah, it looks like it may well be. I think John Swan's maybe commented in the chat
just now. Local Bottom thought I was tripping when I was speaking to people in the chat, saying hiya Sarah, how are you, and things like that. And then speaking to Kelsey as well, which is my niece. They're watching through Facebook just now, and I don't think that the Facebook chat overlaps onto the YouTube chat. But I've got both feeds that come up on the software that I use. So if you ever hear me randomly saying names local, it's not. I've not been taking the funny mushrooms again. Although that is quite.
The drugs don't work.
Oh no, they do, but I need more. That's the problem. Okay, that's what it is. My prescription ran out. But no,
No, you
it's
didn't. Keith Richards did the last of it.
yeah, he was round last night and he took all of it, my whole stash.
It's like Keith Richards on his little kids should not do drugs rant that he did not too long ago.
Oh dear.
It's like, dude, we can't. You've done them all.
Yep. Well, that's the thing. It's like, I think that my whole thing is with people, you can turn around and you can have opinions about people taking drugs. I do not condone, I do not even agree with kids taking drugs whatsoever. Adults, again, go back to what I was saying before. If it's consensual, if it's going into your body, that's your choice. You can do what the fuck you want, okay? As long as you're not victimizing somebody else, you're not causing a crime to feed your habit or anything like that. That's how I feel about it. But no, I think we're the sum of all of our experiences to where we are today. Have I taken drugs in the past? Yeah, totally. I've experimented with things. I'll put my hand up and quite happily say that. I'm not straight-laced. Do I take them now? No. 2 reasons. 1, I'm a dad. Okay. 2, I'm a dad. Okay. I wouldn't do that. But I've said to my son, I says, there's going to come a time where you are going to want to try something. I'm going to say to you just now, don't do it. Come back and speak to your dad about it. The chances are I'll have tried it and I can talk you through it, you know? And he was like, really? I was like, yeah. I says, I was a teenager in the 1980s, mate. You know, the start of the rave scene. You what?
In the 80s.
In the 80s, man, it was crazy, crazy times. But no, there's only one drug that I want to try that's left, to be perfectly honest. That's DMT. I want to do a Joe Rogan for that, but I would want to have my friend that's a doctor in the house as I take it, because it can be quite strong. And it might not be a good thing to take, considering I'm an ex-cancer patient. So it's like, it's not there, and I would wait till the kids were grown up anyway. DMT is a chemical that's present in most organic things. It's also a chemical that's made in your brain that activates sort of dream sequencing type things in your brain, I believe. It's a very, very powerful hallucinogenic, and most people that have taken it have come back from it and visualized the same things. This sort of godlike figure, this being of light, saying that, you know, we're all one spiritual thing. And I think that's something that I would want to experience. But right now, responsible dad with a baby, got to do that. And that's it, you know. Would we ever do Radio Apocalypse and Mojax Happy takes DMT? No, we wouldn't. That is something that we would not do. And would I ever take it in the privacy of my own home with children around? Absolutely not. Okay. Do I want to experiment with it? Do I want to try it? Yes. Will I? I doubt I will. But, you know, if I decided to do that, it's something that would be my choice and be very, very secretive. And at the end of the day, I don't recommend drugs to anybody. Okay. It is your choice what you want to do with your lives and what you want to put into your bodies and how you want to treat other people. My whole thing is, it is that choice, but I would never turn around and say, hey, it's okay for you to go and do that shit. All right. Because no, from my opinion, it's not, but it's your goddamn choice. I would never stop you unless you were going to hurt somebody else. I just opened a can of worms, didn't I? Yep, I sure did. Good evening, Robert. Thank God you've just come bring me back down to earth, which is great. But yeah, let's have a quick look at the chap in the 80s. I missed the 1980s back when I didn't exist yet. Oh, local. Are you a young spring chicken then? Were you not born? You're not one of us older gentlemen. I was born in the early 70s. Way back in the days when I was a little boy, I watched Star Wars first time round. You know.
I saw that in the History Channel.
Oh, thank you. I saw it. History repeating themselves on History Plus channel. You know?
I saw you watching history repeat itself in the History Channel.
Did you?
I was only born in the 80s.
I remember using chalk and slate. That shows how old I am.
Shut. Really?
Yeah.
Chalk and slate. Back in the 1700s. Crazy. Crazy.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, good. Roberto's just come on. Thank you very much, Roberto, for joining us tonight. We always like it. We got the paddling pool, by the way, which is good. And we've had the extended hose out to the garden with the hot tap from the bathroom, which was something else. We've had.
You want some piranhas, Mojax? You want some
Say that
piranhas?
again,
Piranhas?
Hey, listen, do you know what was quite funny earlier on? I think it was Local that turned around and said the stream's getting out of control because when Barry had the big screen on, okay, somebody, it wasn't me, it wasn't Barry, let rip a burp in the background again. That's not excuses for any of you guys to burp, right? At all, right? And Local said the stream's getting out of control, and I put, oh my god, my boys are being burptastic tonight, right? And then the comment came up saying, there's Jason, the hitman with his glasses on, and Barry, the hacker. And I was like, wait a minute, what does that make me? And I've missed it. I've not been able to find out what he said. But they're good. It's been good chat in the side chat. Hey, Victoria True. Hey, how are you? You just came here from my brother's channel. Victoria, my name is Mojax. You could just call me Mo, all right? And Ron is my real life brother. And he's the one that's actually encouraged me to do a bit of streaming and do the thing I do best, which is pretty much talking shit most of the nights. So it's a pleasure to have you here. We're about to wrap up in the next 5 to 10 minutes, but it's all good. But we will be going. I'm going to plug the shit out of the Mixer game, which at midnight I will be going to play Chapter 2 of Slenderman, which will be very, very good. Pleased to meet you too, Victoria. And we'd also have a Discord as well if you ever want to go to it. It's www.radioapocalypse.live/Discord. And it'll be open until about 1 o'clock in the morning tonight because I'm going to be streaming right the way through until about that time on Mixer, doing the Slenderman game, which I am actually not really looking forward to. You're going to watch it, Barry?
Just before you go, Mojax, I just want to say one thing. Local Bottom, my hands are always clean, and where they need to be clean, they're always clean. I clean my hands while singing Flora Scotland, not Happy Birthday, because I don't believe in that monarchy. And I'll just let you know, my hands are always clean.
Is that from being a hitman? You wash your hands?
No. The thing is I've always been a clean person. I've always put my cleanliness first. And being a bachelor in my own flat, everything has to be spotless, just in case I get a takeaway. You never know.
Oh, mental. That's fun. Victoria loves a shit talker. Good. That's good. Well, you've come to the right place. There's been a lot of it. Friday night, Victoria, just so you know what goes on, I'll give you a quick rundown of what we do here. Friday night's open mic night, where we basically talk shit than usual. Saturday I don't stream at all. Sunday morning I stream in the morning about 6:30, and I do the Sunday papers. It used to be about 9:30, but I was interfering with my family's breakfast routine, so I decided I'll do it all before they get up. So I do that then, and I do an early morning stream at 6:30 in the morning, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Then we, on the evenings on a Monday night, we do a thing called the Round Table, which through the community over the weekend, we do a thing called Watch Party Weekend, where we watch a movie. And then the Round Table, which is these guys and anybody else that wants to come on, talks about the movie that we watched. We dissect it and have fun with it. This week, it's actually Everything Dark Crystal. And I just finished watching the TV show, by the way. Wow, what a great show. But we won't talk about the Dark Crystal. We can't do it. We have to save it for Monday. Tuesday is usually a sort of a a spare night. It used to be just the COVID Chronicles, but it's now kind of let's stream games now. I'm going to be doing the sort of the horror games because I get terrified in that, and it's quite funny. Wednesday night is a show called The Human Condition, and it's all about the good things about people, the bad things about people, because human beings are a fascinating subject in their own right. And I just did a whole piece on toxic behaviors and toxic people, and told the story of a friend of mine called Fred. That is not his real name, and the relationship he had for about 17 years with his exceptionally toxic partner. I'm not telling you what I'm doing next week yet, because I've just got to wait for one piece to come in, and then I can go for it. If not, I'm going to do something else. So I'm going to do maybe a different show. Thursdays is the COVID Chronicles. That is when we look up the most up-to-date news about the coronavirus, what the governments are doing throughout the world. We get a bit ranty about it sometimes. And then on a Friday, it's open mic night, where the boys like to burp and fart and drink cider, which is crazy. Yes, we will keep it a surprise. It's very good. Thank you for subscribing as well. It's very good of you to do that. That's amazing. So yeah, that's where we are. We're almost at time up. Gentlemen, do you have anything you want to add to tonight's chaos that has been the open mic? Oh, before we go, I've got something to say as well. Next Friday, I have a DJ friend of mine coming to do a set, my first musical thing on the open mic night. It's a first proper piece of music, and it might not be up everybody's tree because it's kind of electronic, sort of dub housey stuff going on there, a bit beaty, but he's going to tone it down for us a bit. And this chap is called Mr. Bones. You can find him on my Instagram, and I will put links into the comments and chat thing for this stream later on, so you can go and see what he's all about. This gentleman suffers from I said this last night, I can't say that he suffers, because he's an inspiration. He has that brittle bone thing going on and a couple of other ailments, but he doesn't suffer. He doesn't suffer. He actually plays in nightclubs and does sets all over Vegas on his back in his bed with the decks above him, because he can't really move around. He's amazing, absolutely amazing. And he's offered to make music for my streams and music for my content and stuff as well. And he's amazing. It's like, I find it fascinating when I see him do his videos, and he's got all these absolutely stunning models all around him, and he's a superstar lying in what it looks like a hospital bed in a nightclub up on the stage with his decks above him. He's an inspiration. He really, really is. So he's coming on to do a set next Friday. We're just finalising the time. If it's not going to be next Friday, it'll be 2 weeks today, but we will get him on. Because we've been talking about him, and I've been talking about it for about 2 months now. About I'm starting streaming. Yeah. Oh, come on, yeah. So we finally got round to actually doing it. So I've said to him, I said, look, you can't have anything too beaty and fast. Can you keep it quite cool and chilled? And he goes, yeah, we can do plenty of that. And he'll come on, you'll have a chat, and then the last 15 minutes of the show will be me dancing around the living room, to be perfectly honest with everything.
I want to break free. I want to break free.
And then the following week, we're going to have Jason singing Queen all night long, which is good. Right, so that was the last thing I wanted to say, apart from we'll bring it on for a fight. Yeah, definitely. And I've also been speaking to a couple of folk musician friends of mine that will actually may end up coming to my house and doing it, because they're from Edinburgh, if not from their own house. But I think that it will keep the baby awake if we have a banjo player and a fiddle player playing in my living room. But that might be fun. You never know. Slenderman, 12 o'clock, www.mixer.com/Mojax Happy. So if you've not done anything with Mixer before, it's just another streaming platform. I use it specifically for games. But yeah, that's me done. Apart from when we'll talk just at the end. Jason, have you got anything you want to add for the rest of the night?
just want to say good night to my fans, good night to God, good night to my son, good night to my adoring public, and also good night to Barry, wherever he or me be in oblivion.
He's hiding behind his little podcast piece of a.
He's hiding behind a glass of cider. I bet.
Which is good. Thank you very much, Jason. I am now going to take centre stage just now, if you don't mind, gentlemen. Watch party weekend this weekend. Let me bring up the actual picture for all in a second. I will. Barry, if you're there. No, he's not. He's muted his mic. That's good. He's probably having a couple more ciders. Let me find my picture for watch party weekend this weekend. Here it is. Right. It's everything Dark Crystal. Right, we are talking the television series, which I just finished watching, which I was blown away with. What a medium to tell stories on. I mean, really, we're talking the puppets. Brilliant. There's even a scene with puppets. Who would have thought? You know, I'm not going to spoil it though. If you have not watched the Age of Resistance, you need to go and watch it. Okay, it is done perfectly in the same style as the original one way back. I think it was it 1986? I can't remember, but it was great. I'm going to watch the actual movie tomorrow, and then a few documentaries about it on Sunday, which is really, really good. So I'm very excited about Monday. The watch party, the round table after the watch party weekend. So go watch it. If anybody wants to come on and chat about it, you are more than welcome to do so. But you need to contact me through the Discord. That is where I won't have anybody contacting me through Instagram for this. They have to be a member on Discord, so they're part of the community. The only exception to that is musicians and friends of mine for it all that way. So yeah, that is what's happening there. Let me take that photograph off now so you can see my happy face. Where's it gone? Lost it. There it is. Cool. Yeah, so that's where we are. Been a great open mic tonight, gentlemen. I know that your mics are muted, but I just want to say thank you very much for making it very fun for me. And you know that I'm not offended by anything that you've said and done because I love you too much. You're a good bunch. And we will be back on Sunday morning for Radio Apocalypse stuff, about 6:30 a.m. for the newspapers and everything. If that's too early for you, you can watch it back. That's great. Don't forget to follow on all the socials. Just go to radioapocalypse.live and you will get all the links for them there. And definitely, if you want to be a Discord member, just head over to /Discord with radioapocalypse.live at the start of it, and it will be open till 1 a.m. for you to come in. Okay, thank you for joining us. Gentlemen, you remain in the green room, please, and I will see you afterwards. Good night, everybody. Thank you to everybody that was new that was joined us tonight. Victoria, thank you very much. I'm glad that you like the accent. I meant to say that to you earlier on, and I will look forward to seeing you all in Mixer if you want to come and watch me shit my pantaloons. Cool. Let's play Cognac music tonight, I think, because he's not joined us. He can sing us out.
I hope you've been enjoying Mojax Happy's Radio Apocalypse.
It's going to be a fun one on Monday. Better get watching that TV show. Thanks again, ladies and gents. It's been great fun tonight.